Hello guys, welcome back for the December JRPG News Roundup. We start with the Falcom news as always. On the merch side of things, Cospa, a Japanese retailer, meaning you'll need a proxy if you want it, are doing these luminous Falcom shirts, 3,300 yen each. In light of the Trails series 20th anniversary, Falcom have joined up with Trading Card Game Company Limited for a Trails themed card game releasing in winter 2024. We have no further info on it as of yet. The Ordine Modoroid is next. We got the box art shown off, which looks great, and Good Smile also did an assembly video on YouTube with the finished product looking a bit too bright, I think. I mean, I am partially colourblind, but even to me that looks a bit off. Might be something that has to be repainted. Either way, that's a project when you get to it. Good Smile have also followed up on Ordine with the announcement of an Argrayan Modoroid kit yet to be given a release window, and an Aryan Road figure that is part of the Plamatea model series. This also has no price or release date. Finally for merch, Estelle had a figure, and now Joshua is getting one too via Kotobukiya. No price or release date was given. On the game side of things, there's plenty to go over. Initially, the Steam version of Ys Origin now has French, Spanish, German, and Italian language support, which is always good to hear. Now, the next bit of news may not be as good depending on who you ask. There's been suggestions that the first president of Falcom, Masayuki Kato, is returning to the Falcom board. Now, according to Kondo, this isn't anything surprising as Kato and his family, by extension, still remain as majority shareholders till this day, and still hold influence even after he stepped down as president. However, some fans of Falcom are concerned as Kato has a fairly choppy reputation to say the least. In short, many feel that he is the reason why Falcom never ascended to become one of the biggest Japanese developers due to his conservative practices and poor treatment of staff. In reference to that second factor, he has a couple of infamous events attributed to himself, like the 1989 staff exodus and the disbandment of the JDK band, along with the severing of ties with Sharaani, who were highly supportive of the band during that time. I myself don't know much more than the basic outline of these, so I won't comment any more on them, but there are documents out there to read up further if you want. Moving it back to the good news though, the shareholder meeting occurred on the 15th of December when a new Trails game was announced in Kai no Kiseki, Farewell Ozamuria. Now that I've finished Crimson Sin, I've had a look at the small collection of images and the synopsis of the game itself. It looks to be taking a very interesting angle going forward. There's also been a couple of other confirmations. Falcom are already discussing the next Ys game, and Falcom have once again acknowledged the demand for the Sky games to be ported to modern consoles. Now normally that would be empty fluff to me, it's mentioned every year and then forgotten a couple of months later. However, the answer this time was more promising. In response to a question surrounding the porting of the Sky games, Kondo responded with, "We're always thinking about ways to make our earlier titles available to more players. As for Trails in the Sky, we've noticed strong demand for the title both domestically and abroad, and as such, we too want to figure out a way to make it available once again for modern platforms. We ask our fans to wait a little while longer while we consider our options." Now, the reason I'm more optimistic this time around initially is because of that final sentence where Kondo states fans need to wait a, quote, little bit longer. That says to me that something is in the pipeline, and that was fueled further when Falcom revealed a list of games that are currently in development. In short, their long-term goal is to push from 2 to 3 releases per year up to 4 to 5, and this list suggests that motif is in full swing. Of course there will be speculation aplenty, but I'll throw in a couple of guesses myself as we go through the list. Initially there's Kai no Kiseki, which we already know about, followed by an unannounced Trails title. I'm assuming that's the next game after Kai. After that is an unannounced action RPG, and I think this here is the game that Falcom have been alluding to recently, the one that is not related to either Trails or Ys. And I'm gonna guess this one is Tokyo Xanadu 2. Below that is another unannounced title, no idea there, but below that is a suspended port of specifically 3 titles. Now what has 3 titles in it? The Gagarth trilogy? The Sky trilogy? Obviously that's another guess, but with those comments made by Kondo and this confirmation, the potential of this being what fans are asking for is bright. Below that is the already confirmed port of Daybreak to Switch, an unannounced Switch title which I'm going to guess is an Ys game similar to Memoir Ofenfelgana, and the last one a ported title to PS4 or PS5 which I have no idea on. I'm going to assume a wild card there like Brandish. Anyway, that closes out the Falcom news for this year. Plenty to get stuck into this month, as is always the case in December. Moving to the general JRPG news now, starting with merch. There is a Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden Vinyl set up for pre-order at $32. They will be releasing in Q2 2024. First for Figures have revealed the $120 Persona 5 Joker figure, now open for pre-order, releasing in Q3 2024. And lastly, there is a Persona 3 Reload 1/8 scale of Elizabeth releasing in June 2024 for 19,000 yen. Spike Chunsoft have revealed that pre-orders are now up for a 1/7 scale of Shinigami from Master Detective Archives Raincode that comes to 21,000 yen and releases in June 2024. And Good Smile have also revealed a 1/4 scale version of Blackheart for $187 releasing in July 2024. Pre-orders are now open. Psy Games have announced that pre-orders are now up for Grand Blue Fantasy Relink's soundtrack at 7,100 yen. This releases in March 2024, but only for Japan. A worldwide release is yet to be decided. And lastly for merch will be Square. A Bright Arts Kai figure of Vivi is up for pre-order, 4,000 yen, and releasing on February the 17th, 2024. On to the developer news now, starting with Square. The upcoming PC port of Final Fantasy XVI has yet to release, but there's been suggestions by Naoki Yoshida to have the game installed on an SSD to aid with loading times. There's been an end-of-year message from Bravely Default's Team Asano suggesting that more games are on the way for 2024, and lastly, Yuji Horii himself has stated that he has been playtesting the remake of Dragon Quest III, just further confirmation that progress is being made there. On to Atlus now, where the Persona 5 series has since sold 10 million units worldwide as of this month. There's also been a quick look at Metaphor ReFantasio's battle system, which, yeah, looks very similar to Trails Through Daybreak. I don't really care who adopted it first, I just like this style of gameplay, so I'm glad another game appears to be using it. Lastly, the director of the game has stated that he wishes to get a demo out worldwide, though there's been no confirmation of when that might release. On to Psy Games now. They've stated that the main story of Grand Blue Fantasy Relink will take around 20 hours to complete, while completionists can look forward to over 100 hours. A demo is also being made available in January. Sabotage Studio is up next, who have stated that Sea of Stars has since hit the 4 million units sold milestone. They also stated that a patch has gone out for the game to remove a certain NPC. I don't think I really need to dive too heavily into this, but TLDR, Gerard the Completionist has been a naughty boy with his charity. It was plastered all over the internet, but suffice to say, Sabotage Studio took action in light of the revelations. We end the developer news with Koei Tecmo. The writer of Atelier Resiana has stated that he's confident the game's story can be fully told, with the narrative itself currently up to Chapter 5. We in the West will get a chance to try this out ourselves come next year. Koei Tecmo have also stated that they have joined forces with Akatsuki Games, the team working in collaboration with Gus for Resiana. Make of that what you will. We end this month and year with the upcoming releases, starting with delays, of which there is only one. Action RPG Janyan Sword 7 has been delayed till spring 2024. On to the actual releases themselves. Tactical RPG Touhou Spell Carnival is releasing on April the 18th, 2024 for PS4 and PS5 in Japan only. Action RPG Alterna Welt's Blue Exorcist Gaiden, a title based on the manga, has been announced for PC and mobile, releasing in 2024. Action RPG Crystal Story Dawn of Dusk will be releasing on January the 12th, 2024 for PC. A Falcom classic in Action RPG Egg Console Xanadu from the 80s is now available on Switch for $7. A turn-based dungeon RPG called The Land Beneath Us is due to release for Xbox Series, PS5, Switch and PC in 2024. A dungeon RPG called Dungeon Travelers to Heart 2 is releasing on February the 14th, 2024, so fittingly Valentine's Day for PC. Action RPG Monster Hunter Wilds has been announced for a 2025 release for PS5, Xbox Series and PC. Action RPG Arknights Enfield has been announced for a 2024 release for PS5 and PC. The turn-based RPG Saga Emerald Beyond, coming to PS4, PS5, Switch, PC and mobile, has been stated as releasing on April the 25th, 2024. Turn-based RPG Metaphor ReFantasia will be releasing in fall 2024 for Xbox Series, PS4, PS5 and PC. And finally, action RPG Visions of Mana has been announced for a 2024 release for Xbox Series, PS4, PS5 and PC. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe for more JRPG content and consider joining my Patreon if you're interested. Peace!